Good evening and welcome to Backseat Drivers number 34, the Jack LeBrock edition. And big shout out to Rob, who's made it on time again.
Good work, Rob.
Hi.
I mean, that being said, at least he showed up last week. Not like Mr. Head of obviously speaking to the sponsors. Are we getting renewed for season 2?
Yeah, I think because we've already invested in the program for. I'm trying to think when that was. So, but we've got 12 months of program paid for. So, you know,
Nice.
we'll
Flights and accommodation.
yeah, the money doesn't stretch to that, unfortunately.
That's as far as dinner got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the budget for this show is seriously lacking.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
anyway.
That's why I'm scraping at the bottom of the hat barrel.
Well, you're still turning up with new hats. Me and Rob have been wearing the same hat for weeks on end.
I was hoping to be scraping the bottom of the hat barrel this week, but it hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, see, this is not even my hat. This is just a hat that was given to someone when they purchased enough stuff, and it's got wire in it.
You obviously didn't purchase enough to get a good hat.
I don't mind it. It's
that is a fantastic hat on a sunny day.
Yeah, look at that. There we go. Now I look like a fisherman.
You should know this as a redhead. Wide brim.
I have a bigger hat for when I'm doing the gardening.
Same.
I have one of those full-on straw wide brim things.
Oh, I used to have one of those. I used to wear it at certain events that I can't talk about because it's too early to get a 5-second stop-go penalty.
Was there any penalties last week? Or
we handed them out. We either handed them out to Buvy or just everyone was free for all. Yeah, we gave one to Buvy for about a minute.
Yeah.
Was that just for fun though?
I think it was for 5 seconds, and then we just left him there
and forgot about him.
We forgot that he left him in the car, so we just kept him there.
Too busy on the pokies.
So now that Dave's back, we can have a proper show.
A proper discussion.
Yep, about the most. I think it was called the boringest race of F1 this season.
I didn't fall asleep during this one, so.
Did you wake up early for it?
Yes. I woke up early, but then I walked my dog before it started. And I was about half an hour late watching it. And then I started work about 2 hours late.
No, actually, I had Monday off, so that was all right. But I took advantage of the day off and went for a bike ride in the morning. So I watched it kind of with lunch in the early afternoon. Yeah. There was a little bit of interest in it, in that you would kind of, will Max's tyres go off? And, that's what they're promising Lewis all the way through. And then obviously Dan the Man had his best race of the decade or however long it's been since
did he just decide, I've clearly got nothing to lose at all?
I think this is probably the first time all year that he's actually been on the right strategy. Like all jokes aside, in general, like his strategy's been pretty poor all year, in line with his performance. But this weekend, he only just missed out on the top 10. And then, he was pretty competitive, and they put him on the right strategy.
Proper tyres, I believe.
I actually missed what happened with him, because he was behind Lando. And then all of a sudden...
Yeah, he was at the start of the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Lando was 8th on the grid, I think, and Dan was 11th. But then they put him on the right strategy.
Yeah.
Do you think they were just risking it and went, we'll put Dan on this, we'll give this a go, and then they're like, holy shit, it worked. We're geniuses.
That could have been it, because some of these... See, the problem, because he's usually doing pretty ordinarily in the races, you don't notice the crap strategy that they put him in, because he just kind of disappears and you don't realise what's going on.
Vanishes into 13th spot.
But so that was probably it's something that Mercedes could have tried and didn't. They bailed out early on that strategy, and I don't think anyone else did it, did they? All the medium starters went too hards.
Yeah.
So the only other one to do that same strategy, I suppose, was Max.
It worked for him.
Yeah. And I think Checo was on that as well, but yeah.
So they obviously couldn't do, Rob, your thing that you predicted of slowing down to let the Mexican Minister of Defense have his win in Mexico.
They did say they were going to stuff up taking one of the wheels off, but they did it to the wrong car. There we are. Got it a bit wrong. What happened?
So now that Max has got his 14 wins, is he going to take it easy or just still?
No, well, I think because he needs to win the next two to actually beat Schumacher's percentage.
Oh, he's on
Schumacher
70%.
won. Yeah, Schumacher won 13.
He's on about 72.
Races.
Yeah, he's on about 72%. And Max is
where
on
I
70.
think Max needs to win the other two to actually beat the percentage wise.
Sorry, I didn't know Rob was still doing his beauty shots.
I was trying to get a bit distracted.
I was getting lost in your eyes, Rob. What's going on?
I accidentally hit the zoom button when I was trying to focus.
You hit the good-looking button, and then it just makes you.
Isn't it the out of focus button?
Whatever that filter is, I'd like to use it.
It's working.
I'm waiting for new glasses, so it's all working against each other right now.
So did we cover off the fine in that last week, or
yes?
That was actually announced over the weekend, wasn't it?
We covered every little detail that happened.
Yeah, we went into we had a TED talk inside the show about everything that was covered.
Does that mean Max doesn't want to talk to us?
No, we're on Sky News.
So we didn't have a Ted Kravitz talk.
Yeah, we're different Ted.
I was actually surprised that they singled him out as the culprit kind of thing. Because the commentary, like, Crofty's pretty blatant with his, well, to me.
Maybe they prefer to single out a certain person just to make it sound like they've got at least got a a reason.
I found it strange that it was Ted, although I have missed the Notebook the last few rounds or whatever because I can't be bothered watching after that. It has got a little bit monotonous.
Oh, here we go.
I can't.
There we go.
Oh, that was
Fangio.
No, I think it was Nicola Farina. One, I think it was 6 out of 8.
So
yeah.
What's Rob pointing at?
Jared wants me to play the guitar.
Yes.
That's the after hours show.
Have we decided for the end of year show, Rob's going to play the guitar. We're going to have a quiz.
He's going to do a theme song, isn't he?
That's right. You're going to do a theme song, Rob.
I don't remember this, but okay.
No, we decided we're going to have some non-royalty theme songs.
Perfect. Done.
For season 2.
I'll do it on the bass. Some slap bass theme song.
What does that mean?
He's going to be cool. He's going to sound cool with some bass guitar.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering if we need like 5-sec penalties for talking about music or something.
No. I think
just other sports.
Rob, I'd like a quick Latifi update. And where did Mr. Latifi finish today?
He finished in front of a few other drivers.
Did these drivers finish?
Yeah,
did these two drivers finish?
He finished in front of Alonso and Tsunoda.
And neither of them finished.
Yeah.
No.
The Tsunoda-Ricardo accident.
Yeah. Should have got a 10-second stop-and-go penalty.
Yuki didn't have to shut the door. Did he? I mean, the same thing happened like 2 laps later with Vettel and Zhou, wasn't it? Where Zhou dove down the inside and Vettel gave him room.
Yeah, but
Couldn't Yuki have, he's getting pretty Canadian there, not using his mirrors.
he probably didn't.
Yuki's always been, PlayStation crazy crap. I saw that. That was hilarious. And did everyone see where he got his inspiration for this from?
iRacing?
No. From NASCAR, playing NASCAR on the GameCube. Him and his brother used to just ride the wall.
Well, I remember playing NASCAR, like, the PC one? I think it was just called NASCAR.
Yeah.
And then it was like NASCAR 2 and NASCAR 3. And, yeah, you'd turn damage off and just ride the wall.
I think one of the early GT, it might have been like GT2 or GT3, one of the enduro races was in an oval. And you just put a rubber band on the controller and have it ride around the wall the whole time. Well, do you reckon that whole rule? There's going to be a rule in next race that they can't do it? Do you reckon they'll?
There's not going to be one for the next race. I reckon. I'm pretty sure NASCAR have come out and said that it'll be okay in the next race. But I'd say they will change the rule for next year.
That was wrong.
Well, that's the problem. That he didn't do anything that was wrong.
Yeah.
But what's the law going to be? You can't just use a wall as a guide rail?
Yeah, well, I'm really not, because it would only be a last lap thing. Because it's not like in real life you can turn damage off and go for it.
Yeah, but
like at some point the car will...
saying, I lost control and I just had to, my steering stuffed up and I used the wall to get me home.
Well, next time everyone's going to be up against the wall at the end of the way.
Yeah, but I think as well the next track's a lot quicker. So if you do it, you'll damage the car a lot more. Whereas because this was a shorter, So
next thing, it was pretty cool.
It was good to see.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought it was a bit of a joke thing, and then it was actually on like motorsport.com or something like that. And I'm like, holy shit, this is actually real. Like he did that to get into the chase or whatever, to the next round.
Do you think Yuki saw that and went, I've done that so many times on the PlayStation already. I do that all the time. Nothing new.
When you have damage turned off on the PlayStation, you can just turn in like nobody's there.
just fixing up the hat. I think we're just going to have hat night. I'm going to be a sheriff, and Rob's going to be a bad boy from the early 2000s.
Hey.
I'll start rapping later. White boy rapping.
With the guitar.
So Dave, with the wind tunnel timings and stuff.
Yes.
So basically, Red Bull have lost percentage of time to use a wind tunnel. Now, I'm assuming they don't have their own wind tunnel. It's a shared one, and that's how you can tell how much they're using it.
It's their tunnel. So, but they can tell with like electricity usage and things like that. So there is ways that it is policed because the restrictions have been in for a long time as to how much you can use it and that. I think they might have like cameras and things like that there to actually monitor.
But they can also use computers to do the wind tunnel.
Yeah, but their computers are like the CFD stuff. The computers are whatever. They hack into them.
Michael Matthews knew I was to sit at the wind tunnel to watch. With a stopwatch.
So with the wind tunnel and the computer modeling, that's all tracked by what's his face, whoever's FIA, and then they can tell.
Yeah, if you've used. Yeah,
they've basically got. I think what was it? Theirs was cut down a fair bit, and someone like Williams has like 130% more.
Yeah, so with the awesome way that they've done this, like 7th position gets 100% of the wind tunnel time you're allowed to have.
Yep.
And then if you're shitter than 7th, you get more than 100% of wind tunnel time. and then the better you are, you get less and less. So I think Williams or Haas get 115%.
Okay.
And then Red Bull now gets like 60% because
I really feel like Williams and
already-
Haas are not utilising this to its full potential.
well, I think that's why they're in
Yeah.
the back in the first place, that they, even though they have more runs, they're not as good at it.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe that now that they've got 115 or 120% more wind time, they can at least learn how to use the wind tunnel?
Well, it will start to even out because you can try more things
Hmm.
in the tunnel. So you can head
But
down.
they also don't get any more money to be able to spend on
No.
developing stuff to try in the wind tunnel.
Well, that's also, I mean, Haas aren't at the budget cap anyway, and I don't think Williams are either. So I think you probably find AlphaTauri might not be.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, then if they don't have any money, but they have all this wind time, what can they do with it?
Well, they'll probably use it, but the difference is, say, like Red Bull will be spending more money on employees and things like
Catering.
that. Because
food costs money,
Yeah.
Dave.
yeah, there's some interesting things about that. But yeah, apparently you guys all covered it last week, so we don't need to get into it again.
We had a very productive show last week.
Yeah, they find places to spend the money, whereas like they'll, the energy station and things like that. Whereas Williams won't have as fancy pit buildings and all that kind of junk.
So does that mean, do you think Red Bull will be less competitive next year?
That's a hard one because they're quite competitive this year.
Yeah, I was going to say they're pretty far ahead, right?
The way the rules are now, it will flow on as well. And it's not like Mercedes are still third in the championship. So with the 10% less, like they are going to have a chunk more than Red Bull. But it's not like Mercedes are, up at that Williams level of wind tunnel testing.
Yep.
They're still lower than most.
Nope.
We've lost FUD.
I'm here.
I'll just remove him for a minute until we get him back.
Yeah, because I was looking at all the extra. Yeah, there's some big e-scooter news, Dave, which we'll have at the 40-minute mark, obviously.
Yeah, there's farther. It's 20 odd minutes too early to start talking about e-scooters. Come on.
Also,
you've got hat talk already, so you're halfway there.
Well, we've got fancy hat. Which way does this hat go? There we go. So also, who was the other one? Yeah, Aston Martin got fined as well, didn't they? But that didn't seem to get the biggest news.
No, because they're not winning the championship.
No.
So they're not
no
cheating correctly. Well,
theirs
wasn't.
Yeah, what was
theirs wasn't overspending. It was. But I think they've done some similar things, haven't they?
I thought
they had too much food.
There's something to do with their office chairs.
Yeah, they hadn't classified some of the stuff correctly.
Yeah.
So they'd done a similar thing, but they were still under the cap, I think.
But was the things that he got busted for, was it to give them an advantage of any way in F1 driving?
It's hard. I mean, like with the catering stuff, does that give you an advantage?
Not really.
Then are the employees happier? So do they want to hang around? Like instead of getting $1,000 pay rise, say, you get your dinner provided all the time, so you don't have to, go home and cook.
Yeah, but that catering is also for like if they have journalists at the venue and they feed them.
That's where some of the issue is because Red Bull's catering is huge apparently, and they provide free meals to all of like the journalists and things like that, and they'd apportioned. Like they said, well, 30% of our catering is for the staff, and then 70% goes to, outsiders. And then the FIA said, no, we can't. 100% goes on your cost cap.
So
we don't know how much was actually used. So all of the catering goes, regardless of whether it's for guests, journalists, etc.
Could they set up a separate company, Red Bull Catering, and Red Bull Catering donate the food to Red Bull Racing?
Well, yeah, well, but I can see something happening where they have to separate it for the cost cap if they are going to continue. Like, because one of the journalists I was listening to, he was saying like they'd go into Milton Keynes, like into the factory, and he said anytime you go in for an interview, like coffee, cakes, lunch,
but that's the same
all provided.
everywhere, isn't it? That's pretty much everywhere.
From what he was saying was that Red Bull was a bit of an outlier on it, like to the extent of what they provide. So, and it was a bit like you're welcome to come in whenever you want, kind of thing.
Just turn up every day for lunch.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even be a journalist. I just turn up.
Well, well, it's funny because the journalist, I won't mention any names, but he is a larger fella. And some of the other guys were ribbing into him a bit like, well, you probably ate $400,000 worth of.
I reckon I could have been the problem if I was given free food. So does that mean everything is going to have to be split up now? Like, they're going to have to say these 4 potatoes went to,
The other thing I'm not sure on as well, because Red Bull only has the energy station, which AlphaTauri uses too. Now, what no one else has said is whether all this catering then went to Red Bull, even though you would have had a portion of AlphaTauri stuff happening there as well.
So if they're sharing it, does that mean AlphaTauri, because you can't use 100, because if you said that they pretty much said that the entire catering, 100% was Red Bull's. That means AlphaTauri on their books has 0% catering.
Well, I'm not, nothing was mentioned about that. So I don't know if they did or whether it just got, but that's the first I've heard about that, where they just went, no, we can't divide it between, you just get 100% of the catering.
Yeah, because
the other thing is
another team.
Yeah.
The other team then can technically get away with.
Yeah.
Or maybe next year just say AlphaTauri does all our catering and we eat off them and we're under the salary cap magically.
Well, yeah, but then also no one said like whether other teams do they run the same kind of setup. And then no one's actually said like, did Mercedes spend like 144,900,000 or whatever? Like, were they?
I think this all should be in the public domain, so people on Reddit can go through it and
sort it out for us.
Yeah. That's going to be the easiest way for everyone to get the information they want.
Well, some of them do have to actually lodge their accounts in that. Yeah. But see, that would be very different to the cost cap stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because some of the things that are internal, that they apportion a figure to it for the cost cap, rather than what it actually costs you.
Why don't they just give the money to the FIA each year, and they have to just give them receipts for everything?
Because you're building most of the stuff internally.
Yeah, true.
And also, Rob, you Red Bull and Mercedes and them would find a way just to be like, here's a receipt for something that cost, $600 million. Also, we did some of it with cash, and we did some on the weekend, and also this company called RB Engineering, which has nothing to do with Red Bull. It just sounds the same. It did some work for us. Also, they're a contractor, but they work for Angry Bull canned drink company. Don't question any of this.
That's the hard thing as well, because what's to say like there isn't a supercomputer sat at Mercedes headquarters in Germany that's doing computations for the race team?
Well, that's what I mean. What's stopping you from having McLaren's got a deal with Oracle, right? Red Bull. They've got a massive deal with Oracle. Nothing's stopping them from just saying, look, we need some cheeky computers on the side. I need you to run me a couple of scenarios where, we do
it's
this.
Like during the summer lockdown or whatever, they monitor the team's email traffic to make sure people aren't working. But there's nothing to say you go to a beach, like a Hawaii beach or whatever, and you sit there with your laptop punching away stuff.
Yeah, well,
working, and you just don't eat, like you send over your Gmail account or whatever, rather than using Adrian at Red Bull Racing. You use Adrian69 at Gmail.
Well, Dave, what if you worked at Red Bull and I happened to work at at Oracle or IBM or whatever, and you just said, oh, by the way, I've got some stuff that needs to be done. Can you, do it for me after hours off the book? You'd be like, yeah, sure. This doesn't affect me. I'm not breaking the law because they're my computers. I can do whatever I want. It's only in trouble, Dave, if you get caught.
Yeah.
Because basically, if I'm not one of your sponsors and I do some extra computing for you because I just happen to have the power and we're just mates at a beach,
And let's be honest, if Red Bull was flying that close to the wind, the other people competing with them
100% they've done it. They've all. I reckon every team, as soon as Red Bull got done for the salary cap and they said you've been spending extra money, I reckon a lot of the people who've been doing under deals and stuff like, hey Rob, remember how you used to come over, and you'd give us some donuts and we'd let you use the supercomputers. Don't come to the computers for a while. It's just going to cool it. Toto's on a rampage for every team, and he's just going around. And George's got his little detective notebook out, and he's looking under every little bit of paper.
Do you reckon Red Bull's sending out invoices for all the dim sims and big ends?
We got to get $7.5 million back, boys.
Do you think they're just sending out stupid ones now to Max Verstappen fan _52? You owe us $37 for this can of Red Bull. Dear Mexico, you owe us $1 million for all our cans of drink.
Can they go to the FIA with unpaid invoices? Go and see, we've got all this money outstanding. Go back in the cost cap. We just lent it to them, and they owe us $7 million.
Yeah, Pete Peterson at 123 Fake Street owes us $10 million.
John Citizen.
So, what do we think of the penalty, essentially?
I think it's pretty stupid, to be honest. It's. I mean,
it's going to be too hard to judge if it had a big effect, unless they dropped out the order next year.
But because it was a fine on food, I think it should match the crime.
Well,
maybe next year you can't have fancy sandwiches.
See, the thing is, people are focusing on the food, but essentially the whole spend is over what they're allowed. But to be honest, and I'm probably more a Red Bull fan than most of the other teams on the grid, I think that this $7.5 million should have been taken off their budget for next year.
Yeah.
Probably makes sense.
Rather than, because a $7.5 million fine to Red Bull doesn't make a lick of difference. The wind tunnel stuff will hurt them. But imagine if their budget for next year went to $137.5 million instead of the 145. That would then make us, and that would then you get dickheads like Toto coming out and going, "Oh, well, we'll just spend more next year if we just get a fine."
Yeah. You know what I'd love to see? I would love to see Toto spend, but stuff up his budgeting, spend $30 million more, still come third, and then the FIA just slap him with some massive fine.
Yeah, you can sit out next year.
Yeah, you can just miss out on a couple of races.
Well, the other thing as well, Red Bull's in a little bit of a different position to, say, Mercedes, Ferrari, Alpine, and that, where you've got all this corporate governance stuff, whereas essentially Red Bull don't give a shit because they're a marketing company.
They love this.
As long as people are still coming and buying Red Bull, regardless of whether they're doing stuff like this. Whereas Mercedes, on the other hand, if they get caught cheating, that'll be massive.
Well, it would ruin the Mercedes brand. The Red Bull brand. I mean, not that long ago they did that helicopter stunt where they both jumped out of a helicopter and they screwed it up and they got fined by the whoever the flying regulators are, and they got banned. Two of them got banned from flying ever again. I don't think that really hurt Red Bull.
I still don't think Red Bull want to have their name tarnished in motorsport for cheating.
Oh no, but
Not for
it's
cheating,
not the
but if
same
it's just
as,
for you know.
But it still comes across that way as, you know, we're being cheating. And, you know, from
we've
what I
made
heard,
it.
Yeah, we've got spam bots.
People infiltrating our message board.
G'day XXX69.biz. Welcome.
I've been there before. It's no good. 0 stars.
Updating site.
I prefer XXX70.biz. It's just a little bit better.
So we all clicked on the link. Where's the link?
Oh, damn it. I missed the link.
I put them in timeout.
They weren't talking about sport, Dave. They were talking about the best adult side.
Well,
Maybe they were talking about adult sports.
Oh. Nude scooter.
So Dave, do you reckon next year Toto is just going to blatantly just spend more money and tell everyone how much money he's spending?
no, because I think that especially if Mercedes overspends next year and Toto's come out and said, well, we're just going to spend more.
Yeah.
Then, like, I still think the Red Bull thing was a genuine, like, they believed they were under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's come out.
Yeah.
There's been, and probably all the teams have been a little bit like, this is a bit, don't do that again.
Yeah, I don't think it was like they've been spending extra money on power units or developing better brakes. It was purely they were under the impression
there was also part of it was like they'd built parts that was the spares or whatever, and then they didn't use them, and they said, well, that's not parts. We didn't race with that, so that doesn't count. We're going to use them for the heritage, like when we run the cars at promotional events and so that was, we built those for and the FIA were like, no, but you took them to the races or whatever.
Well, yeah, because the problem is that, Dave, if you keep building them, if you keep building them and say, I'm not going to use it, you could just be saying, I'm not going to use it because it's not a good one. I'll build another one now that I know,
but you could also then say, like, if you have an issue over the weekend and then fly one out, say, like, you've got all these front wings sat there and you only take one front wing to every round or whatever as a spare, because then it keeps you under.
Do that at the end of the year? Like at the end of the year, if it turns out you've got like 3 front wings, a couple of power units, can you deduct them off your...
No, well, that's what Red Bull had said. Like, so they turned up and said, well, we made 6 front wings and we only used 3 because Max and Checo don't crash. So those 3, they didn't get used, so they're not part of the...
Yeah, because that technically would be a part of like research and development anyway. Because if you're building it, you're learning.
Well, it's not much, but it's parts.
Yeah,
like because you need spares in case they crash.
Yeah, but also if you keep there's nothing stopping you from like I said before, building it and then realizing, oh no, this needs to be a 0.1 of a degree.
Well, that's the other thing, yeah. That if you only use.
Yeah, and then you can just disguise it as, oh, no, I don't really need this because Rob and Dave never crash. By the way, here's another wing node that I've built. Don't check it. It's slightly different.
Do you reckon part of Ferrari's problem at the moment is they've crashed too much this year? And
that definitely would have hurt.
Yeah, because they've fixed a lot of cars.
Actually, speaking of crashing, Dave, is it Gasly that's on a lot of demerit points at this point?
Yeah, apparently he's on 10, I think, out of the 12.
He's pretty close to losing his having to sit out a race, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure when his points run out, though.
They were saying early next year, like early next year into the season. So he's still got to...
Well, don't do anything stupid and you're all right.
Is that why you reckon? Is that why Latifi's going to quit? Because it's like, I feel like some stupidness coming on. I don't want to lose my license.
Ricardo's on 6. Gasly's on 12.
12.
Gasly on.
Yeah, that's right. 10.
So,
sorry.
10.
Yeah, I was going to say because you only get 12.
Yeah.
Latifi is on 5.
What?
So he's on less than...
I mean, I guess when you drive so slowly and you're at the back, you can't really crash into anyone else. Or you can just take a wrong turn.
Fellow Canadian is on 5.
That's weird.
Russell, Mr. That's Dangerous, George Russell is on 4.
Wow.
Mick Schumacher is surprisingly only on 1. You just can't hit anyone.
Well, he just crashes into the wall. He doesn't really crash
Yeah,
into other
you don't
people.
lose points for crashing into the wall, Rob.
Yeah, Alex Albon's on 7, which is a decent effort for
That's
how long.
Especially considering that'd all be from this year, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
wow.
Claire's on 1.
Of
How's
course,
he only on one?
Yeah, he got one for
recklessness.
final of the race.
Driving with 3 tires.
Claire locked up.
No, that was Saints, wasn't it?
Oh, that was from Suzuka.
Who was the one that was asked about the debris on the track? Did you see that radio message? Debris is on the track, and he goes, "Is there? What's his name?
I think that was Albon, wasn't it?
Was it? I thought it was a Ferrari driver.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was Sainz.
Could have been.
Yeah. Sergio's on 2 points. Verstappen's on 5 points. Alonso's on 4.
Well, he's a rookie. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
How many?
How good was his race until his engine blew up?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the drive of the century.
Yeah. You're still
Is he? They were showing he must be one of the unluckiest drivers this year.
Yeah.
For that man's skill and just losing
Yeah.
that many.
I mean, if it wasn't for the car, he would have, wrapped up the championship as a rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have won rookie of the year. Yeah, it was Sainz that said the debris on the track.
Yuki's on 8 points.
Of course he is.
There's a lot of points at AlphaTauri.
They're winning.
Yeah, Yuki looks at that as a point system and goes, "I'm number 1. Why try harder?"
Number 2 compared to his teammate.
Yeah. What was Ocon on?
Closed it, didn't I?
So, Dave, if you have to sit out a race, does that mean you can bring someone else in, or that car just can't race?
No, they'll bring someone else in. Because you have to turn up with 2 cars.
That's a good question, Rob. How many has Mr. Blessed got?
5.
Well, I guess that's right.
Yeah. I would have thought he's perfect, so he shouldn't have any.
Yeah, he should have -5.
Yeah.
He should have been giving out points to people that make him go in deficit, so he can do extra stuff.
Yeah.
Ocon's on 5. So 5 seems to be a fairly average number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not really doing it well if you don't have enough points. Hamilton has none. He's all small.
Well, he's actually on none now.
Yeah. He was almost at a point of losing his license for a race.
How good would that have been?
Yeah, it would have been funny.
The commentators would have hated that because the
Who would they talk about?
Yeah.
No, you can't talk about George all the time. So George can talk about George all the time.
The first lap, second corner or whatever.
Yeah.
What do we think? The commentators were doing a bit of a scattergun approach and blaming everyone but Lewis for running George off the track.
I think that's the easiest way. Like, if I was commentating, I would literally just name every racer that was on the screen at the one time.
Verstappen was about 10 car lengths ahead, and they're like, I think Verstappen hit him. And like, A, he was like 10 car lengths ahead, and B, if it was that situation, it'd be George hitting Max.
No.
And then,
it's
optical the curb's fault.
See, it's like this, right? It looks like it's far away, but when you turn it around, they're close together.
The curb jumped out at him.
Yeah.
And
the curb always
pushed him off the track.
It's like, Dave, I think we had a friend that once said a tree jumped in front of him and caused his car to crash.
Well, we did. And yes, the points carry over. The points carried for 12 months before they pretty much the same as your license, except like your driver's license. But I think Victoria, the points carried for 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Don't they?
Yeah. This is why I have them.
I think
you have all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
all
I'll have
points.
Yeah.
Unlike the old days.
Now we're nerds.
Yeah. Now I speed safely.
I just go very fast to the speed limit.
Yeah, I did the same.
Never over.
Never over.
over.
Mm.
Just find out what the limit is, and then Red Bull it all the way.
Yeah.
And if you get caught for speeding, just say I misunderstood what the 70 meant.
Guess
I
what, guys?
misinterpreted the rules.
I thought it was 70 per wheel.
70-ish.
It was 70 per person in the car, so I was allowed to do 130 easily.
It's officially over 40 minutes, and we've almost finished all our notes.
Wow.
Can we break the big news to
No, not yet. We've got to do. I want to know more about this boycotting Sky News thing that Dave's put in.
The Red Bulls boycotted Sky.
Oh. I just thought most people boycotted Sky for their horrible right wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's because
most people made that decision years ago.
Ted Kravitz said Lewis. He was saying that if you wrote this like a movie script, the champion or whatever was robbed of their championship.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he said Lewis was. He was saying if you were writing a movie script and this kind of came out, and then Red Bull decided that was enough. And even though Crofty's been blindly Lewis all year, that was enough, and we're not going to talk to anyone from Sky anymore.
Did Red Bull steal the championship from Lewis Hamilton this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Because if they didn't spend that extra money on catering, Lewis would have won, because he is undoubtedly the best driver that ever touched a car or whatever. And he can I had to laugh. They had some interviews with some kids or something, and they said, Lewis is my favorite because he always overcomes the adversity to win. And I'm like, what, the adversity where he makes up that his tires are shot?
Wait a minute. If he makes up the adversity to win a race, does that mean this year he's had no adversity to make up for? Because that's why he hasn't won any races.
But look how close he came, even though
he's come close like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. But if that was anybody else, they wouldn't be able to come that close with, that's like that is the worst car in the field.
Oh, easily.
Like you could get an F2 car and that would lap faster than the Mercedes.
It would destroy it.
Anybody but Lewis was in that.
If Lewis was in a Williams, he would be winning now.
Oh yeah, because that's much better than the Williams. So much better than the Mercedes.
Yeah,
it's just the pure talent.
It's just a shame he's in that piece of crap Mercedes car that just has no power.
It's not electric. Green.
I just feel sorry for him that he's had to race in such a substandard car.
So I now know I have to go buy a new quad lock for my push bike.
Yep. So the big news is
I haven't seen this.
Oh no, this is big news. I saw it on Instagram today.
Oh, okay.
Mr. New Australia.
Does this mean that on my quad lock ads on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because for some, I don't know if this is just a me thing, but it seems like every second ad on YouTube is either quad lock or those mouse cases, I think they are, where they like throw the iPhone out of a helicopter. And
apart from the ads being targeted, you need to get a better phone case and also a quad lock one. Why do you have ads on YouTube? Do you not have YouTube Premium like most normal people?
No, because I don't earn enough money off YouTube to put money back into the YouTube ecosystem.
Because Dave needs us to watch all his videos with the ads on to help support his channel.
You get a family account.
I watch the ads for the content creators. And I don't know if it makes a difference.
We might get paid.
We might get paid for it.
Yeah. If it's someone that I really like, like Dave. I don't know if it makes a difference, but sometimes I watch the whole ad instead of skipping.
Well, supposedly
because I have a feeling that gives them more income.
They actually make more money off YouTube Premium than they do the ads.
Do they?
Yeah.
Everybody sign up for YouTube Premium and start watching my
But I've got a family account with 6 of us on there, and I think it costs us about $3.50 a month. Yeah,
This is
fantastic.
interesting.
Yeah.
So we need to watch all the ads for Dave's videos
Yeah.
and sign up for YouTube Premium.
So all the money you're getting, Dave, is coming from me being a premium
Yeah.
subscriber. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No worries.
I appreciate it. You can get your merch at Dave at Supercars Talk.
Yeah, I don't. Do you have a website yet? How do we plug things?
I have a whatever it is.
When are we
a
going to have
URL.
When are we going to have a Hat of the Month club where we have?
I actually need to design a website.
Do you?
Which unfortunately I haven't got Microsoft front page anymore. So
we're sponsored by Squarespace yet?
Yeah, have we got like Squarespace or that wallet or Shadow Raid Legends?
I did have someone. I did have someone email me once about these 4-wheel drive light bars.
Yep.
Yes.
Like any advertising.
Yeah, but it was they gave you the light bar or whatever, and you had to like install it on your car and do a review on the YouTube. You didn't actually.
Dave,
they didn't actually give you any money.
We'll do an ad for you. We will do Squarespace ads,
We'll
Shadow Raid.
We will do the ad. We'll put the light bar on your BMW.
Yep.
Well, at the time, this would have been the Commodore, so
even better.
Yeah.
You'd fit in out in the eastern block.
Yep. we need to start chasing these.
I've seen a bit of Raycon going on lately.
Oh no.
Yep. Dave, you tell them we've got 2 capable actors who are willing to wear hats and read whatever's written in front of them.
If anyone wants to, do some hat sponsorship.
We need a Hat of the Month club.
Yeah.
How does that work?
A new hat for you every month.
First hat, pirate hat. Second hat, rapper hat.
I actually looked at getting like some backseat drivers or Supercars Talk hats made up, but the cost is extremely prohibitive if you want something good.
Yeah. We don't want anything good.
No, we don't need good, Dave. We need quantity over quality.
Okay, we'll do some investigating off stream. I know people who know people.
Okay.
He knows hat people.
Mm.
He's
I
got
know people. Like I know you two.
Yeah. And I've got a hat, so I'm a hat person.
I feel like I'm getting
Buvy, Jared, Andrew.
I feel like I'm getting
Scooter Hat Championship. All the friends.
I'm going to buy a quad block though.
Yeah, you definitely need to buy a quad lock because he's very happy. He said he's honoured to be a.
What like I'm paranoid about these because I was riding with someone on Monday with a quad lock and their phone on the handlebars of the bike.
Yeah.
And I said, "What happens in an accident?"
Because
I know. Yeah, I'm like, your phone is gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want a quad lock case on my phone. I got a lovely leather Balroy case on here.
Oh.
What's wrong with like black rubber?
Yeah, black rubber. And then a little magnet, a little metal here for the magnet.
I'm not even that fancy.
Ah.
Mine's got nothing. Although, hidden in the back here, I have business cards.
Business card.
I've got $20.
What is that?
I used to do that, but now my phone is money.
Yeah,
that's essentially my credit card.
Oh, this is just
my phone has money.
Doesn't work, and I want to buy a pint.
Dave, it's on 50 minutes. It's time to break the big news.
We've covered all the notes, so over to you guys.
So, Dave, while you were away, the greatest news ever happened. Not Lewis Hamilton has been banned. George Russell has been cast as 007. E-Scooter is finishing up its 2 rounds in France on the 9th and 10th of November. And we worked out it's on ESPN.
This weekend.
It is. So we are no, it's next Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday even. 9 and 10. So we will
Wednesday. Why would they do it? Is that
Dave,
like when someone has a wedding on a Tuesday?
Yeah, I think it's cheaper.
They couldn't afford the venue on the weekend, so they do
it
midweek. Okay.
Wednesday, Tuesday is cheaper.
Well,
So
at least they are having a final round, unlike the W Series, which kind of just gave up.
That's true. I think it costs a lot less to run e-scooters. I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, you can literally, rock up in a van and have your entire team transported in the van with a couple of scooters, a couple of spare batteries, and your suits.
That would probably be like multiple team members in. You could probably run
I reckon
four scooters out of one van, I reckon.
I reckon they just turn up in a giant bus and it's just everybody.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
So,
not dodgy at all.
No. I believe the current leader is Anish Shetty, who is the champion at the time, and it's going to go down to the wire. I don't know if it will, but let's pretend it will. But he's 5 points clear. I don't know how many points you get.
I think it's she.
These are things you should know if you're following the series.
The problem is we followed it for a while, Dave, and then it stopped for like 600 years. So we sort of just didn't follow it.
It's a bit like that first season of the Formula E. Where it just kind of disappears. And you're not really sure what's happening.
Can you put Dave in timeout for mentioning Formula E?
I think Formula E still is allowed though, isn't it?
No, I thought there was a blanket ban on it. I don't know. Okay. I got told off every time I mentioned something about it.
Oh, all right, then.
So I stopped watching it.
So I think we're going to do the e-scooter challenge soon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's why you stopped watching Formula E. Because you weren't allowed to mention it.
I wasn't really watching it in the first place.
Matt's not allowed to mention cricket, and he's still going to watch that because he's retarded.
Yeah,
I mean, look at my hat. Clearly, I am.
I never really started watching it in the first place, but I'm going to blame this podcast on me never actually starting watching it.
I watched their Drive to Survive that they did, whatever it was. They did like a Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive?
Yeah, it was for free on YouTube. You could watch it.
Oh,
and I watched it in double speed, and it made it kind of exciting. So they took the very best bits of the races and that, and yeah.
I really want to like it. I really want to watch it and enjoy it, but there's just something about it that does nothing for me. I don't know if it's just the too tight circuit, so there's not really many places to overtake, and they have to pretty much force their way through. They have to hip and shoulder everyone to get through.
I like that part of it though.
Yeah, but it's just not.
Where they're on interesting kind of circuits and stuff. Like they're on something different. It's a bit like in IndyCars, like the anti-F1.
Yeah.
Where they go and do things that are a bit different in that. I like that side of it.
Yeah. But maybe they're just a little bit too slow. Like IndyCars is a spec series, and they race on tight, windy street circuits, but it just seems a little more exciting.
IndyCar is just more exciting.
Yeah, it is. This is god tier motorsport at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. E-scooters god tier, and then IndyCar. Also, good news, Dave. I found my GoPro head attachment. So when we do have the scooter challenge, we can film it at.
I have a wrist attachment for my GoPro.
That's even better footage.
Yeah, I've got all sorts of. I got handlebar ones and stuff for on the bike. So
yeah, I had handlebar ones. It was not a good view. It was just very shaky, especially on.
Yeah, that's why you need the head. You need the head one. So you wear it on.
Whatever
the head.
One. I'm trying to think what GoPro I've got. The stabilization on it wasn't too bad.
I've got a session, and I don't think the battery is replaceable, and it's been sitting there forever. So I'm sure it's.
See, I got my trusty GoPro 3, and I have 4 batteries for it. So that's plenty of e-scooter.
There was a I saw a clip the other day. Oh God, Mr. Richie Rich over here.
I know. This is Dave, Rob. This is why we don't get paid.
This is what Supercars Talk used to be filmed on. That's how professional Supercars Talk started off with. Well, the sound on it started to go.
Are you using your laptop webcam now?
No, I've got a proper camera now.
Oh, no, for this podcast.
Oh, this one. This is off. Yeah, this is off the panic buying webcam during lockdown because I desperately needed a webcam, and I paid over and above the odds because you couldn't get one, and it was a total of I think about $75.
No,
and it probably should have been a lot less than that.
Hang on. Oh, that doesn't work. Hang on.
I don't know what he's trying to do. Whoa. Whoa. This is getting real serious.
It looks like Rob's talking to himself. Rob's now crossing to Rob live in the.
What he could do is like log in as a second person, and then have himself talk to himself.
And we could leave.
I mean, that would be really exciting for the viewers.
So I can do the whole talk to this camera, and then I can just turn around and talk to this camera.
Just like you're on the news.
Yeah. I just need to set them up right so I can do the full turn from one to the other.
And now to this camera.
So when I get my own segment, I can make it more exciting.
Well, what segment do you want?
Yeah, you can have a segment.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start watching Formula E so I can have my own Formula E session.
That's fine.
Where everyone logs out for 20 minutes.
Yeah, including me.
Yeah. I did want to talk about, there was a big crash at the Michelin Le Mans Cup. I think it was last weekend. I was watching this. It was a restart, and the guy in second place got a good run coming out of the last corner and went past the leader. So he's jumped on the anchors before the start-finish line. And the guy in third just had to jump on the anchors and crash into the wall. But what was funny is the commentator's like, "Oh, there's been a big pile-up," and there's just one car spinning down the track crashed. That's it. He's gotten all excited thinking there's a massive crash there. Oh, I'm producing morning programs.
Yeah, you're going to be our new producer, Rob.
I can do a morning show. Thursday mornings, 6 a.m.
I mean,
I'm sure there'll be plenty of people watching.
I'll tune in.
You're not even awake then.
No, that's true.
You send us a Snapchat at 9 o'clock from your bed to your roof light.
Yeah, that's me working from home.
So I do the 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. nap. I really hope no workmates are watching this.
Do you tell them about it?
No. I have one person who keeps asking me. He's like, I'll find you one there. I'm like, no, you won't.
It's a secret channel.
Secret just for us.
So in good news, I ordered the Lego McLaren F1 car.
Is that the one that Dan and Lando built together?
Yes. Has Dan finished yet?
I think he's taking a bit longer than Lando.
They gave him the wrong instruction booklet.
Oh,
yeah, wrong strategy. They gave him the Ferrari book and he's missing a tyre.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I was hoping it was going to arrive before the weekend. But it's going to be next Thursday. We're going to build it on this stream.
Oh, nice.
Can we build it live next stream?
A live build?
That's what the other camera can be for, Rob. Just on the table building the...
I'm sure everyone will be excited to watch me do that.
Well, that's the challenge, trying to build it during the stream.
Yeah, and we'll give you helpful advice throughout the whole thing.
I bet.
I'll tell you fun facts about Lego.
I do have a built one of those in this house, so I could show you what it looks like finished.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so we can instruct you off that.
Have you changed it to a Red Bull livery or?
No, it's not mine. So yeah.
Is it the same person that owns a PS5?
Yes. In good news as well. I'm not going to get too, but where we are moving, I'm now friends with the people across the street. Full simulator.
I got one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
I'm actually. He's like, you can come over anytime and use it.
I offered you to come over and use mine.
You are going to regret that statement.
I offered you mine. Didn't care.
When?
About
just now. So I think we're going to have a special episode. We all go to Rob's house and play on the simulator.
Yeah, we'll
maybe that can be the Christmas party.
We have a Christmas party at Rob's.
Yeah, we've got multiple cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do hot lap competition.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who can be fastest around
Nürburgring.
Oh,
Yep. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna Yuki my lap.
Who has the least amount of crashes around Nürburgring?
I'm gonna let you know it's not gonna be Matt.
It's in
Brakes
VR as well. Sorry.
Brakes are for losers anyway. Full all gas, no brakes. Actually, that's not a bad idea. We have a Bathurst hot lap. Oops.
Yeah. Do we have to do it in V8 supercars? Can we do it in something a little more enjoyable?
An Austin A40.
Fluffy paddles, because
I don't want to go too fast, Rob. I'd like an Austin A40 or a Healy Sprite.
We can do a
pick your own
Formula
car.
V. We can do a Formula V. It's an open-wheeled race car using a Volkswagen Beetle engine.
Ooh.
That may struggle getting up the hill, but it's fun.
Oh, wow, it's actually a thing.
Oh, in iRacing, Bathurst actually has a jump at the bottom of the straight. If you go off to the left, quite fun.
So essentially, we're going to be playing Mario Kart then in Bathurst.
Yeah. I wish they could do it in VR on the sim.
Ooh.
That would be hard to film.
That would be very vomit-inducing. Playing Rainbow Road.
So Dave, is our final show the week before the week after the
to be honest, we don't really have rules with this, so we can do whatever we want.
I say we have a big.
We can continue every week if we want.
Hang on, how many people have got watching? Does everyone want to watch it?
Yes,
Christmas?
we did talk about the wall ride, Buvy.
Yep.
We were excited by it.
Buvy, you're late.
Yeah. What was Buvy doing?
This is what happens when you turn up late. You miss all the good bits.
Yep.
So
Dave, I think I'm going to get some quiz questions for the end of year show.
Yeah.
We're going to have a party at Rob's, and we're going to do hot laps.
Yes.
Sounds good.
And we're going to bring a whole bunch of cameras.
Yep.
And maybe if we can find a scooter nearby from Rob's house, we can do some.
I'm spewing about the cost, but Costco have Red Bull scooters there.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
yeah.
When I was in Manchester, there was a shop selling Lamborghini scooters. I was all excited. I was hoping they just looked really wanky and really loud.
Were they just a scooter with a Lamborghini sticker on it?
Yeah.
So that's all these are. But how cool would it be to have a Red Bull scooter?
I believe there's a Bugatti one. If there's a Bugatti one, you expect it to be the world's fastest scooter.
Yeah.
But they're all limited to 25 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Bugatti
and none of them go faster than that.
No. That's as far as they can ever go, Dave.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's time to be real.
Are you going
to
play
real.
guitar?
Huh? Oh, have you not heard of the new coolest social media app called Be Real?
Oh, yeah, but I was hoping you'd play guitar.
No one wants that. There we go. Sorry,
Jared wants guitar.
I have a total of 3 friends.
Is it me, Dave, and...
No, you guys aren't on there yet. I'm waiting for it.
Oh.
Download the app. I would like everyone to download the app. Be Real.
Is that the one that takes the shot from both cameras on the phone?
Yeah. And
see, I know a thing.
You know a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew what that was. That's what me knowing a thing.
Yeah. I thought you were.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just excited. I knew. Like, I can do Snapchat.
Yep.
And that's pretty much my social media.
This is like Snapchat, but even less things you have to do. It's once a day.
But it sounds like a lot of work.
It's like a random time each day.
That's a whole nother app.
Yeah, what if it randomly says at 3 a.m. you've got to take a photo?
It does it. It did it the other night. It did it Monday night at 12:01 a.m.
But what if I'm asleep?
Too bad.
Do you then fail or something?
Huh?
What happens if you don't send it?
Nothing really.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was over, because I joined when I was overseas, and they were always at like the middle of the night. I'd wake up and have a notification. It just, if you do it, it just tells you or tells your friends that you've submitted it late. If you don't do it,
like streak points.
Do you get points?
If you do it right every day,
credits?
You get, yeah, like streaks, and then you can brag that you've got like a 1,600-day streak with someone on Snapchat.
Yeah, that's cool.
You really? I don't know if that's brag worthy.
I'm going to say it is.
It might even be 1603, which is even cooler than 1600.
I think that's something to keep between yourselves.
I think that's pretty impressive to commit to something for so long.
That's true.
Yeah.
Back in 14th of June 2018, one might have started that.
You too?
I don't know.
Yes.
How much is it for Rob to play the guitar? I'd say maybe $2.
Which one, Jared?
The one behind you. I say you finish off with some guitar.
I can't find anything. I can give you a mug, Rob. That's my donation to the guitar cause.
I can play the drums.
I need to work out things here.
I don't have any cash.
I have too much software.
They have too much software.
Too much software.
Look at all this software I have. I can't possibly play the guitar with all my software here. Sorry, ladies, not tonight. I've got software to play with. This is literally the most professional part of the night.
Yeah. This has probably gone off the rails better than normal.
Yeah, I'd say we've done pretty well.
Yeah, like this is well and truly off the rails.
Yeah, but it's.
I think we need more notes next week.
Yeah.
If you want to hang around after an hour, that's on you.
That's on you. You know what I'm going to do next week, Dave? I'm pretty sure in this house there is a ukulele, and I'm going to bring out the ukulele next week. That's my promise to everybody here. It's going to be ukulele.
So Matt's going to do the Backseat Drivers theme song.
You know what I'm going to do, Dave? I'm going to see how long it's going to take. I'm going to learn how to play the ukulele. Then I'm going to learn how to write a song, and I'm going to write a theme song.
Can we get on Fiverr and pay someone to?
No, Rob, I've already got the job. I'm the new theme song guy.
Yeah.
Let's see who gets it done first.
Okay, Jared, to have all your faith in me. I'm going to learn how to play a ukulele that I think you can't tune properly, and I'm going to have a theme song. I'm going to play
Does
you a
it
song.
matter if a ukulele's not tuned?
Yeah, good point.
Jingles for sale. $82.
$3. That's it. We're definitely making Rob a song tomorrow, next week.
$82. I need to find the cheapest possible person on here to make me a theme song.
No, it's me. I'm doing it. Jared's paid us $3 to do a song, and we're going to give him $3 worth of song.
It's going to be awesome.
Now, Jared, I'm going to have to be honest with you now. My music teacher in high school did tell me it's probably a good idea. I just sat in the corner and did not play, and just waited to finish school. Yep, that's a good idea.
Oh, $41. I can get someone to write a hip hop theme song for us.
Rob, save your money. You're going to lose. You're going to lose.
Oh, I will create a snazzy theme song for your podcast.
Ooh,
Snazzy.
I like snazzy. Snazzy is good.
Snazzy.
Snazzy is fantastic.
Now, I've got.
All right.
You're
on. I got
how to play
Jared.
ukulele. There we go. I'm already one step ahead of everybody. Oh, here we go. You got to say this one goes out to Jared.
Thanks, Jared. I need some time to tune it.
Nah, no time to tune.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Is tuning playing?
It's like you've got too much software. And on that note, are we done for tonight?
Yep.
I think
I'd like to send out a thank you to Jared. I'll play you something special next week.
I will also play you something more special than what Rob's plays. And Dave's going to play piano.
I will be here. All right.
Well,
thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you all.
See you.